Now I can see. So glad they're resonating. And
Yeah.
what's the thing? Oh, messy leadership. So, oh my God. So this is the other massive wound that we had. And what allowed me to clear this is Rima, who couldn't get on the call tonight because she's wrangling messy children. Um, we did, and so I've been coaching people for 15, 16 years. I'm mentoring business for 20, and like the results my clients get are phenomenal, always have been. But I got to a point where I was like, what about me? No one can fix me. And so that's why I designed Shamanic NLP training last year and took the first group of you, Caro, Isla, through that training so that I could transfer the integration. So embodied parts, integrated timeline, the techniques that I use, which are not just logical, not just spiritual, it's the integration of both. Now you girls got them. Like, I love that session where Cara and Isla were literally clunkily reading the script and I accidentally had a breakthrough. Like, that's how powerful the techniques are, which is fucking cool, even though they still don't believe me, but that happened. So
I do.
then,
I do. That's part of my integration is believing that you weren't just saying that.
you've got to know by now, I don't sugarcoat shit. I'm not Willy Wonka.
Mhm.
So then when by the time I got to the third, by the time I got to the third training, Rima's training, like we were doing some one-on-one training. And so there was no one else for her to coach. So she didn't get someone to practice on and then work with me. I was literally the first script she'd ever done. And the wound that I was something about being messy. And what happened is the integration and the clearing around being messy. I genuinely, prior to that technique, that moment, had never been allowed to get on the floor, to lay on the floor. So I couldn't do yoga at home or workouts at home because inside a house, I wasn't allowed to lay on the floor. Outside, I could lay on the grass, but as soon as I got inside a house, I couldn't lay on the floor. And it was exactly the Victorian era wound. It was traced back to a past life where Isla was my mum being drowned as a witch. And I had been taken by the proper family and raised proper. So I was all witch, like nature, everything. And then I was like, nope, that equals death. I'm going to suppress it all. And I'm only going to be proper, savage or proper, the Victorian era wound. Um, so what it meant was when we have these splits, part of me was allowed to be messy and chaotic and frazzled and da 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 da. And then part of me was only allowed to be the good girl. So I wasn't allowed to be messy. So then couldn't lead. I couldn't run these workshops without becoming very one-sided news, without putting all this front up and being, I'm perfect all the time, which I couldn't do, couldn't sustain, didn't want to do. And so I kept imploding my business over and over and over again until I realized messy leadership. It doesn't require the title. It doesn't require perfection. It requires presence. I think I should actually put pedigree and perfection. What do you reckon on this card? I think he needs to have the crown doesn't require pedigree, perfection. It requires presence because that's what it is. It's letting ourselves be vulnerable. Now, if you're part of my bridge community, you get all the vulnerability, all the mess, all the chaos, and everything in between. And it's so important that we do that. And that's, but I also know that in certain communities, you can't be all of that. When we get to the one-sided news, I don't know how far through she is, but she sets it up so that, some people do rely on you to be strong. So the other part of these cards is if you are the healer, if you are the therapist, if you are the practitioner, and you don't know, you don't have anyone to turn to where you can be messy and vulnerable and shadowy and tears and snot and everything else. I want this card deck and all the scripts and the healing, the self-healing kit behind it to be the one that you turn to that can coach you through those dark moments. Whether you're a client, you just need it between sessions, or whether you are the therapist, the practitioner who doesn't have a team of people around you to be your healers yet, or they're just not available because it's 3 a.m. in the morning and you're having a total meltdown. Yeah, never happened to me. It was a friend of mine. Yeah. But that's when I want you to turn to this deck, turn to the scripts, turn to the GPT that I'm creating, be like, oh my God, I'm having this meltdown. What's going on? And it will give you an EFT script for that archetypal healing. It'll give you a mirror ritual. It'll give you an acceptance commitment therapy technique, or a journaling, or a guided meditation, or something else is going to be there, sitting there, waiting to support you. That's what I'm excited about. So you can lead, be afraid, and have someone to help you clear shit while you're messy in the process. Is that cool? I'm so excited that people are like seeing how they can be used as well. Okay, keep going. Again, this is part of that masculine feminine dynamic. I'm about to get into the wealth, the money stuff, but these ones were really important because they were, kings and queens, women versus men. I mean, this is the fairy tale. Oh, I need my other half. I'll be, when I have the prince, then I will be. When I have the child, then I will be. When I have the